Ladies and gentlemen, the Panchayat elections are meant to only strengthen the services to be delivered to the people of the state of West Bengal. That entire system was completely subverted. In fact, what we saw on Saturday was nothing but a death of democracy, where violence took place in almost various districts of West Bengal. In fact, as we speak right now, we're getting in some breaking news coming in on This Is Exclusive, as the governor of West Bengal is all set to visit the national capital to meet Amit Shah amid the violence. In fact, we're given to understand that this comes in after the visit that was made by the West Bengal governor to the violence-hit areas. Let me quickly go across to our political editor, Aishwarya Kapoor, for getting us the latest details. Aishwarya, what more are you picking up in terms of the purpose of this visit? Because as I understand, this happens to be the first visit of the West Bengal governor after he has visited the violence-hit areas in the state of West Bengal.
TV Ananda Bose, Shawan, governor of West Bengal, is going to be visiting Delhi. He's going to reach Delhi tonight and is going to be having a late night meeting with the Home Minister. And then tomorrow, a whole delegation from Bengal, because he himself is visiting from ground zero. He has witnessed what has happened, what has transpired during the Panchayat Raj elections in 8 districts of West Bengal. He's getting the ground reality. And that is how the system in a democracy works. The governor responds back to the MHA. And tomorrow we are being told at 11 a.m. there is a meeting which has been called in at North Block, where the Home Minister, the Home Secretary, the governor of West Bengal, and then the concerned officers looking at the Eastern India are going to be present in that meeting. So very clearly, the governor, who himself has been to ground zero, has witnessed the unprecedented violence which Bengal saw during the Panchayat Raj election, is going to be giving not only a first-hand account but also an official report back to the Home Ministry. Shawan.
Well, Aishwarya, just a quick check on as far as the reports that was prepared by the West Bengal governor is concerned. Anything that we are picking up on that front? Because remember, what has essentially happened is the West Bengal governor has been extremely vocal about it. In fact, remember the statement that he actually made just a day before the state went to polls, where he says that this is a poll of a decision that has to be made between bullet versus ballot. What is it that you're picking up as far as the report that has been prepared by the West Bengal governor?
Well, it's going to be scathing as far as the law and order of Bengal is concerned during the Panchayat Raj election. Let there be no doubt about it, Shawan. We've seen that how bullet and bomb took over ballot as far as the Panchayat Raj election is concerned. We saw the kind of violence, more than 34 people dead. So these are the details which are going to be mentioned. But what is more important is that why wasn't the BSF given the list of the sensitive sensitive vote counters? Why weren't they deployed? Why wasn't the Bengal police deployed at all the required places? So all of these are answers which the state government would have to answer. But very clearly we are being told that it's going to be mentioned in the report of the governor, which is going to be submitted late tonight directly to the Home Minister, hand to hand by the West Bengal governor. Because once again we repeat, he's the man who was on ground. Not before we've seen governors of different states going themselves at that very day on the day of incident happening. Normally we see 2 days after, 3 days after meeting the eyewitnesses, but here we had a governor who was there on ground zero while it was happening. He saw it happening from his own eyes. So he's going to present an eyewitness account himself first, and then an official report, which we are being clearly told is going to be scathing of the law and order and the preparations which were done by the Bengal government for the same.
Well, thank you very much, Aishwarya, for getting us the latest details of the story that we'll be tracking very closely. In fact, our reporters would be present to get you the latest details. Shifting focus now to the reports that we are getting in from our Bangla newsroom with regards to the current situation in the state of West Bengal. In fact, the polls are over, but the violence is far from over. In fact, we're getting visuals from various districts where we're given to understand that there have been reports of arson that have taken place. In fact, let's just do a quick recap of what we know so far. This report is coming in from the district of Murshidabad. Remember, this is one of the worst hit areas. There have been multiple instances of fresh violence that has been reported. There was vandalism, in fact, that took place just outside Trinamool Congress's office in North Dinajpur. In East Midnapur, police had lathi charged on BJP protesters. There have been fresh clashes that are now being reported in Murshidabad. The district bombs have been hurled. Allegedly, gunshots could be heard in the video that has also been accessed by our sister channel Republic Bangla. And in the latest, a 17-year-old has also been shot at. Take a look at this report, and then we also get you our reporters from the ground getting a sense of what's really happening right now as we speak.
Fresh clashes have been reported from Bengal's Murshidabad. Gunshots could be heard. Bombs were hurled allegedly. Bricks were used to attack each other. A 17-year-old was shot at during the fresh clashes. The minor is grievously injured. These are the pictures coming in a day after the Panchayat polls. Despite TMC's claim of peaceful polling, the pictures and visuals coming in from Bengal are far from peaceful. Bureau Report, Republic TV.
Well, in fact, two of the worst hit districts have been Murshidabad and Cooch Behar. In fact, yesterday when we saw visuals coming into our newsroom where polling agents were carrying crude bombs were being hurled at. Despite all of this, very little response has actually come in from the State Election Commission. The Bharatiya Janata Party has accused the State Election Commissioner of working in cahoots with the Chief Minister of West Bengal. The Trinamool Congress has hit out at the Bharatiya Janata Party, saying that goons have been brought in from other states. But what is the current situation like? Our reporters have actually caught all of this on our camera, where ballot papers were set ablaze. And all this happening right in front of their eyes. In fact, my colleague Bhaskar is joining us from Cooch Behar. He was one of the reporters who was at the forefront getting you those live visuals, risking his own life. Bhaskar, you're getting us this latest information. What's the situation like in Cooch Behar? The polling is over, but the reality is that there have been various areas from where reports are now coming in that violence still continues. So what is exactly happening? Where exactly is the central forces that was essentially promised? One. Secondly, with regards to the administration per se, which comes under the Election Commission, what are the arrangements that have been done so far? The reality is that the goons are still roaming around freely.
Absolutely, Shawan, as you are speaking, still the violence, the post-war violence is going on in different parts of Bengal. Especially right now where I am standing in Cooch Behar, I am in Cooch Behar's Dinhata, which is one of the most affected areas of post-poll violence, as well as the violence on the poll day and the pre-poll violence. Also, in some parts of Murshidabad, still there is violence going on, although the poll is over. And you questioned about the state administration's role, which is right now under State Election Commission. I can't see a single person from the central forces in any part of this Cooch Behar where violence took place yesterday. Ballots were vandalized, polling booths were vandalized, and also ballot papers were set ablaze just in front of my eyes. And also false voting allegations came in from several parts of Cooch Behar, and but no one from the state administration took any step to stop that vandalism or to stop that kind of nuisance. And also local people, they're scared because crude bombs being hurled, targeting the opposition party workers, targeting the opposition party candidates, especially BJP candidates are now being targeted allegedly by the ruling party, Trinamool Congress workers. Also, in Murshidabad, in Shamsherganj, allegedly Trinamool Congress targeted one independent candidate's residence with crude bombs, and also in Shamsherganj, on the very place where an independent candidate's residence were targeted, also clashes erupted between the ruling party Trinamool Congress workers and also with the Congress workers using crude bombs, and also gunshots were heard by the localites. So this is the real situation of Bengal. In that situation, Bengal Governor C.V. Anand Bose is heading to Delhi. Likely he will submit a report, a ground report to the Union Home Minister Amit Shah. And the ground scenario is, although the ruling party Trinamool Congress, they are denying the facts, State Election Commission, they are denying the facts, but the ground reality is that the violence is still on. Although the poll is over, but the violence is still going on in different parts of Bengal. And the local people, the voters, they're horrified. And if this is the scene from the day after poll, then what will happen after the counting? This is the main concern of West Bengal. Over to you, Shayan.
Well, thank you very much, Bhaskar, for getting us the latest report. I'll just request you to stay on as we also play out more reports now coming in from our reporters from Republic Bangla. Now, while the goons were given a free run in the state, what we are given to understand is that the police is yet to take any action. In fact, there have reports that have come in of lathi charge where BJP protesters have been at borne the brunt of it. Let's take a look at this report coming in from Kuch Bihar.
Right now, visuals from Nandakumar, where BJP police is lathi charging against the BJP. This is East Midnapur as well, Nandakumar, where the BJP was trying to protest against the violence, against the unabated violence yesterday. But the state police is very actively trying to stop the protests. Yesterday, where were these police officials? Yes. We could not really find in our cameras. This is an irony that yesterday, when there was a need of these police officials to be present in the areas where violence was conducted freely by the miscreants, they were seen nowhere in Murshidabad, East Medipur and many places. Right now we can see they are quite active. The police, we saw that about 5 minutes back, the BJP started protesting. About 5 or 10 minutes back in East Midnapur, Nandakumar. About 5, and in 10 minutes, less than 10 minutes, a huge police force with lathi and everything, with sticks and all those, everything that they are wearing, vests and all, they reached the spot. Even there are guns in the hand of the police officials, police constables. So in less than 10 minutes, they could reach there to suppress the BJP protest against the yesterday's violence. But what about the violence that happened yesterday? Why the police did not reach there in less than 10 minutes to stop all the killings that happened is the question that the opposition and common people of West Bengal is asking.
Well, let me just once again go back to my colleague Bhaskar, who's getting us the latest details. In fact, the report, I beg your pardon, was not from Kuch Bihar, was in fact from Midnapur, where we saw once again incidents of clashes with the police. Bhaskar, just a quick recap of what we know so far. As I understand from the data that has come into our newsroom, is that two of the worst affected districts happens to be Murshidabad and Kuch Bihar. Are there more districts where you're getting in some more reports of violence that is actually taking place? And has the police taken any action so far? Have they been able to identify who are these people? Because, you know, visuals were also coming in from the place that you are reporting right now from, that there were polling agents or people who were basically running away with ballot boxes. So what exactly has happened so far?
Well, Shawan, not even a single person have been detained or by the arrested by the state police in Kuch Bihar. We saw ballot boxes were vandalized, ballot papers were set ablaze, but Bengal police is yet to take any action against those miscreants, or they yet to take any action to restore the law and order, to restore normalcy in Kuch Bihar or any part of Bengal. But we saw that police is trying to stop any protest against the election commission in Bengal, but they are yet to take any step to arrest the miscreants or take any step to restore normalcy and to restore faith in their own of the Bengal people. Shaun.
Bhaskar, for getting us the latest report. I'll still request you to stay on with us as we also play out. More reports are now coming in. This actually, ladies and gentlemen, gives you a sense, the magnitude of what we are witnessing right now. There's been complete mayhem. No matter how much people may deny, of especially our politicians who are basically ruling the state of West Bengal, they may deny, but the fact of the matter is that this is the reality. Let's now take a look at what's really happening in North Dinajpur, where vehicles were basically set on fire. This just outside the TMC office. There was violence, vandalism, and all of this was caught on Republic Band. These are live visuals now coming in. Let's just take a quick look at what's really happening right now. These are the latest images now coming in from the Raj Bhavan in Kolkata, where the West Bengal governor Anand Bose is all set to leave for the national capital. He would be briefing Union Home Minister Amit Shah in a short while from now, expecting that's the visual, the first visual now coming in of the governor who's all set to leave for the national capital. Remember, this is the first visit to the national capital that the governor is actually making after he visited several violence-hit areas. In fact, the governor once again has now come under fire from the Trinamool Congress government. In fact, statements have been made by leaders of the Trinamool Congress like Madan Mitra, who says that he's openly been campaigning for the Bharatiya Janata Party. The reality also being that the governor of West Bengal has actually visited most of the violence-hit areas, including homes of Trinamool Congress workers who have also borne the brunt of the violence that has taken place in various districts, especially in districts like Murshidabad and in Kuch Bihar. We have essentially seen there have been open clashes that have taken place between workers of the Trinamool Congress and the Congress party. Adhiranjan Chaudhary has also made statements with regards to the fact that Trinamool Congress workers have been vandalizing properties. In fact, there are also reports that have actually come in of arson from various other places. In fact, what's important to point out here is that, as our reporters from Republic Bangla have been saying, that despite these visuals essentially coming in, despite these reports that have been coming in, and the warning that has been issued by the governor, the situation still remains the same. The polling is over, but the violence still continues. Joining us on this broadcast is our political editor, Aishwarya Kapoor, who's going to join us in a short while from now. We'll try and reconnect with him and get you the latest update, as these are the latest visuals now coming in of the governor leaving from Raj Bhavan in Kolkata. He's going to be meeting Union Home Minister Amit Shah later in the day once he reaches here in the national capital, expected to be reaching here in the next 2.5 hours. We are being told that the governor would be leaving around 6:45 from Kolkata, expected to be reaching here around 9 o'clock at night. We are yet to get in a confirmation from the Union Home Minister Amit Shah's office with regards to whether at all that meeting between the governor and Union Home Minister Amit Shah is going to actually take place later tonight. Important to point out here is that the governor had also prepared a report about the situation in the state of West Bengal. This after he visited various violence-hit areas. This was before the polls actually took place. And remember, the warning, the stern warning that was actually issued by the governor was only after he witnessed the mayhem that continued. In fact, over 30 deaths have already taken place. And on the polling day itself, remember, over a dozen people lost their lives in the clashes that actually took place between various political parties. The fact of the matter is that not a single political party has now been held accountable. In fact, they've been passing the buck, starting from the Trinamool Congress to the Bharatiya Janata Party to the Congress party and also the left. There has been a political blame game which basically continues. Let me just quickly go across to my colleague Ishan Dev from Republic Bangla, who's getting us the latest details. Ishan Dev, with the governor now leaving for the national capital, what is it that you are picking up from Raj Bhavan? The purpose of the visit, as I understand, this is after the report that has been prepared by the West Bengal governor about the situation in the state of West Bengal. The Bharatiya Janata Party has also demanded that Section 355 should be imposed.
Shravan, you have rightly said it that from many corners in West Bengal, this demand of imposition of Article 355 or Article 356 is being made, and the governor of West Bengal is also considering all those provisions after such gruesome pictures, such ugly pictures of violence from almost all the parts of West Bengal has come on the day of Panchayat polling. And you know that West Bengal governor, he has already entered the Kolkata airport through the VIP gate. The exclusive footage which we are showing now, the exclusive footage shows that the governor's convoy enters the Kolkata airport through the VIP gate, and within 10 minutes he will be ready for flying towards Delhi. And this evening, governor is not having any engagement there at Delhi, but tomorrow he will meet several persons there, including Amit Shah, and he can submit his report regarding the violence in West Bengal, which West Bengal has witnessed on the day of polling, on Panchayat polling. The gruesome picture of what the governor says, whether he recommends the imposition of 355 or 356. That is, the whole West Bengal is waiting for that, waiting to know that. Shawan.
Ishantif, thank you very much for getting us the latest details. The governor is expected to be leaving from Kolkata around 6:45 this evening. I will be tracking the story very closely. Simply get a short break. On the other side, our rolling coverage continues.
एनएसजी का प्रोबेशन होता कैसे, पहले ये तो बताइए.
It's all physical. They have 26 obstacles, and first 13 obstacles they are of hands. पूरे हाथ का होता है. And 13th obstacle was the vertical rope on a just plain wall. You have to just climb. और तब तक 12 obstacle किए होते हैं ना, हाथ फूक गए होते, फूल गए होते हैं. ऐसे करते करते there were 26 obstacles, and वहाँ से आने के बाद फिर fire. इमीडिएटली वहां से वेपन्स रखे होते हैं. हाँ, अगरबत्ती होती है, अगरबत्ती होती है. यू आर जस्ट आउटस्टैंडिंग, बट किया. एंड आई डिड बेस्ट. आई वाज केम आउट विद फ्लाइंग कलर्स विद एनर्जी.
You are a political strategist. You want to have a big alliance. सिर्फ आपको अभी रोल पता नहीं, क्योंकि एकनाथ शिंदे को है आपके साथ, शिवसेना है, अभी अजीत पवार को कहाँ पे लाएंगे, कब लाएंगे, मगर आपने एक ऑप्शन रखा हुआ है इन द फ्यूचर. नहीं तो आप अभी तक, मैंने आपको अगर 7 सवाल पूछे, आप अभी तक बोल देते कभी नहीं होगा, मगर आपने नहीं कहा. यू लेफ्ट द ऑप्शन ओपन.
क्यों नहीं बोला मैंने इसलिए नहीं बोला कि एक ज़माना ये था कि जब मैं ये कहता था हम जिंदगी में एनसीपी के साथ नहीं जाएंगे, लेकिन 2019 में मुझे उनके साथ जाना पड़ा. पॉलिटिक्स में चीज़ें रूल आउट नहीं की जाती, लेकिन पॉलिटिक्स में चीज़ें परिस्थिति से तय होती.
प्रोबेशन में क्या रहा सर?
दिस probation of NSG is the toughest in Asia, if I don't know, toughest in Asia. Toughest in not that sense. Toughest because it goes for 3 months, continuous 12 weeks. And in that, एक जगह भी कहीं fail हुआ है ना, you are sent back to the unit. And nobody wants to go back to the unit. I did best. I came out with flying colors with NSG. BPT होती थी. BPT वहाँ पर ना